Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. We are doing another reading vlog today. It is Monday right now. It is May 17th and it is 11 a.m. I woke up this morning at about 8 and got right into a bunch of my grad school work. We are finishing up the quarter, which means that I'm actually finishing up my entire program, which is really, really exciting. But these last few weeks of May are going to be very busy. But that said, I've just been really craving reading recently. I read a little bit more of Priory of the Orange Tree yesterday, which I hadn't been able to get to in a few weeks, and it just felt so good. I already did a lot of my grad school work for the day, which makes me really happy. I have a major project coming up in one of my classes, and I was worried that I wasn't going to have a lot of time to finish it up, but I made some pretty big strides today actually in the project. I'm actually really happy with that. I'm gonna pause on that for the day, and I'm gonna get into some reading. So I have been reading Priory of the Orange Tree, as I mentioned. It is definitely exciting. It is definitely entertaining. My cat's gonna jump on the table. Hi. Hi, what are you doing? Come here. Come hang out on my lap. Hi. This is Luna. I don't know if I've ever officially introduced her to you guys. She does not like being held, but she likes being at the center of everything else. So yes, so Priory of the Orange Tree is really great. I've heard a lot of people say that it's a pretty slow burn, but to be completely honest, I'm not really finding it to be a slow burn. There's a lot of high action really quickly. There's a lot of I wouldn't say info dumping, but there's a lot of pretty heavy world building at the beginning, which can be a little bit convoluted and a little bit confusing. But to be completely honest, I caught on pretty quickly, and I feel like it's kind of like a standard high fantasy feeling that you get from it. Almost immediately, there are some very major events that happen and some very major inciting incidents. Yeah, it's just really great. I'm just really enjoying my time with it. I'm not trying to rush through it. There's nothing that's like pushing me like crazy to like blow through it. But every time I pick it up, I enjoy myself very fully. So that's that. The other book that I've been reading is the last book in the Witches of Ilianan series, which is the Fathomless Caves. I actually got a hard copy finally of the whole series, so let me grab it for you. It is this one right here, the Fathomless Caves. The only editions in the whole freaking world that I could find are these stupid mass market paperback copies. But anyway, yes, so I'm reading the Fathomless Caves right now. It is so great. We've been going through these 6 books, and we are following along with our main character Isabeau from basically when she's like 16 all the way until she's like 26. I think she's like 26 in this book. And we just get to see this massive growth in her character and changes in her life, and this sort of very large event that we have been building up to, that in the first few books you don't quite realize is going to be a major issue, but then in the last 3 books you're like, oh, this is definitely going to need to be resolved in this overall story. That event is happening in this book now, and it is just great. We have some new characters that we love, some new characters that we hate. We have many of our old and previous characters. It's just going to be this massive collision of all of our different perspectives, all of the different lands in this world, and yeah, I'm really excited for it. I kind of know what happens because it's a reread for me, but it's still just holding up to everything that I loved about it from when I was younger. So I think right now I am going to do some reading of The Fathomless Caves because I can put it on my audiobook, and I'm going to do some kitchen stuff. We need to make some sauerkraut, so maybe I'll show you guys a little bit of the process of how we make sauerkraut and get it ready to ferment. And then yeah, I'm gonna be kind of on call for a few things for one of my classes throughout the day, but I don't really have too much to do until tomorrow. There's sort of like a meeting that we have to have tomorrow morning. So this afternoon, I might take full advantage of the fact that I don't have a crazy busy afternoon and get as much reading done as I can. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this little reading vlog, you guys, and let's go make some sauerkraut. guys, a little bit later in the day, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. So it's a lovely sunny day today. Nice cool breeze is coming through, so I apologize if you hear street sounds, but it's a lovely day to have the windows open. So it is 3:15 now, and I have been doing lots of reading of the Fathomless Caves today. I have a little bit of computer work that I need to do, housekeeping, job apps, things like that. And when I do things like that, it is a great time for me to get my reading in if I'm reading an audiobook. So I just wanted to give you all a little update there. This morning I was about 50% of the way through, and now I am about 70% of the way through, so things are moving along. I have 3.5 hours left. Very exciting. Because it's a 6th book, I can't really give too much away other than saying that things are coming to a front. There's lots of healing. All of the magic in this entire series is coming to its brink. There's a lot of introductory magic in the beginning book, and then the magic and abilities of each individual person grow pretty monumentally throughout the series. So now that we're finally in the 6th book, everybody's magic is like at the brunt of its power, which is super exciting and super interesting. Anyway, it's been great. I'm going to keep reading and doing that while I do a little bit of computer work. And then later we'll have some dinner, and then probably after dinner I'm going to switch from Fathomless Caves and read Priory of the Orange Tree instead before I go to bed. And then we'll do it all again tomorrow. Hello, my loves. It is officially 9:15 in the evening, and I just wanted to give you a little update on everything that happened with reading today. So this afternoon I did a lot of reading. It was all audiobook reading, but it was really, really great. We're looking for apartment listings right now, job search, finishing up with school things, etc., etc. So it was the perfect sort of housekeeping work that can be done while listening to an audiobook. So that is what I did, and I mentioned that earlier today. I think I was about 52% of the way through my audiobook, and now I am 93% of the way through. So that leaves only 51 minutes left, which means that I will probably be able to get to that tomorrow morning, is my plan. Right now, as I mentioned, it's 9:15, so I'm going to begin to get ready for bed because I gotta wake up super early for that client meeting tomorrow, because our client meetings are on Tuesday mornings at 6 a.m. So I'm going to start to get ready for bed, and I will do a brief amount of reading before going to bed, but most likely it won't be a ton. Tomorrow I will do my best to keep you all updated. It is looking like it could very easily turn into a rather busy day with apartment searching and things, so we shall see. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Good morning, lovelies. Oh, it is just about 9 a.m. and it's Wednesday today. I guess I filmed a little bit in the morning yesterday. I'm pretty sure that you guys didn't see hardly anything else yesterday because we ended up doing a lot of apartment viewings yesterday. Terry and I are going to be moving apartments probably in the next, our goal is in the next month or so, and we started looking and we found a few places that we wanted to see, and it just so happened that every place that we had talked to wanted to show us the apartments yesterday. So we ended up actually seeing 5 separate apartments in our neighborhood yesterday, which took up a lot of time doing that and application processes and all that stuff. Anybody who lives in a big city will know that the apartment process for big cities is just crazy. So anyway, I didn't get as much reading done. I didn't get hardly any reading done yesterday, and I didn't really get much else done because of all of that. So today we are going to buckle down and do grad work, and we are going to do some reading. I wanted to update you all. I did a little bit of reading of Priory of the Orange Tree this morning, and it's just getting so good. I'm just really loving the story. It's just a really enjoyable thing to just be pulled through. So loving that. And then I am actually almost completely finished with the 6th book in the Witches of Ilianan series. I am 93, I don't know if you guys can see that. I am 93% of the way through the Fathomless Caves, and it's so good. I just finished, we just got to the end of like the major climax, and things are going to be sort of winding down from here on out, and just like, oh my god, I forgot just how epic this final climax is. It's so good. I'm starting to get slightly emotional because I don't want this story to end because I just love it so much. It's so great. It's just really great. It's one of those stories where, especially with the audiobooks, you can just see everything happening. It is so visual. It's just so descriptive. Like this final, okay, so it's a fantasy book, so there's like this final battle sort of, and it's just epic. There are so many things happening, and you can just see each individual thing going on, and like I said, it's like this massive collision of perspectives, and so with that you jump around perspectives in this like long battle, and it's just so crazy and so good. And I'm just I was listening to it on Monday and just freaking out. So anyway, like I said, it's almost 9, so I am going to get moving with my schoolwork. Terry and I spent this morning filling out housing applications for the apartments that we saw yesterday, so that's exciting, and we sent a few of those off, so fingers crossed for us. Since I'm filming this throughout the week, maybe you guys will see whether or not we get it. I'm trying not to get my hopes up because housing is hard in LA, so try not to get my hopes up, but we did see a place that we really liked yesterday, so yeah. Anyway, happy Wednesday, and we're gonna get this show on the road. Let's listen to the end of this book. I'm very excited, you guys. Here we go. Hello friends, I just wanted to come at you and give you a little very brief update. I am still in the middle of doing grad school things and work, etc. But it's 10 o'clock and I just finished book 6 of Witches of Ilianen and I'm not okay. I just don't want it to end. Like, does anybody else have those books where you just become so attached to them, where like you know that you're gonna think about them all the time, you're gonna dream about them, you're gonna wish that you lived in that world even though you don't, you're just gonna like those books that just like torture you because you wish it was real? That's this series for me. And it's such a good finish, it's such a good ending, it's so satisfying and lovely and beautiful, but I'm kind of sad now. I will continue doing grad school work. Hello lovelies! I'm going to speak slightly quietly because my boyfriend is teaching in the next room, but I have 2 updates for you. I guess I have 3 updates for you. Number 1, it's Thursday. It is Thursday morning right now. It is about 10:30. I went for a run this morning, felt super great. The burn was great. And then I got one of my tasks done already for grad school, which feels great. And then the rest of the day is going to be spent coding, but I'm at a point in my algorithm where it takes a long time to run because I'm working with a lot of big data. So anyway, not important. But the point is, I'm gonna have lots of like on and off time today, lots of time waiting for things to run, waiting for my program to go. So I'm going to supplement that with as much reading as I can, because last night I read more of Prior of the Orange Tree. I read about 40 pages, and I kid you not, I was reading through this 40 pages and at the end I looked at the page number and I was like, oh my god, that was only 40 pages. It felt like 100 because so much happened in just those 40 pages. I think I've mentioned this before, that like one of my favorite things about fantasy is when it's really exciting in every single perspective. So you jump around from perspective to perspective, and like so many things are happening in each section, so it's just like go the whole time. And that's what's going on in here. I am now on page, let's see, gosh, this book is massive, 345, and yeah, we're checking through. We'll see if I finish it this weekend. We might not, depends on how crazy things get with school. But the other update is that I got some book mail and I wanted to open it and show you all. So as I mentioned before, I officially decided to get the hard copy versions of every book in the Witches of Ilianen series, and it was very difficult to find copies of them because it's a slightly older book and there aren't that many editions, but I found all of the copies except for the 5th one. So I had to get the 5th one especially from a different vendor. And it's used and cute and lovely, and look at it, there it is. So we've got our kind of like slightly yellowed pages from the used book, which is so cute, but it's really in good condition. There's just a few little nicks on the corners, which is fine, you know, it just means that it's been read. The spine isn't even like cracked, so I mean, it will be cracked once I read it, but that's that. So, And this was my favorite. This is my favorite book in the series, so I'm just really happy, which means that I officially have all the books now, because this was the last one that I was waiting for. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. Anyway, look at it. It's so great. Skull of the World was my favorite one. Anyway, so just wanted to give you a few quick updates. I am going to go back to work and keep working on my grad school projects. But yeah, I'm going to be interspersing that with reading because it's going to be an on and off kind of day, like I said. Anyway, now that I'm hyped up on it, I have to go back to work. Good morning, loves. I have some good news because today is going to be a great day. Very excited. So number one, it's Friday, which means it's going to be a little bit of a relaxed day. I don't have too much on my to-do list, which is really great. So I just have a little bit of things to get through this morning, but honestly, probably not going to have to be doing schoolwork all day, which means number two, good news, I should have some time to read today. I didn't actually get very much reading done yesterday because things are a little bit crazy going back and forth with apartment people, which leads me to number three, good news. Remember this week earlier where I was saying that we found an apartment that we really liked, but I was trying not to jinx it? Well, we got the apartment. It's so exciting. So we are going to sign the lease tomorrow or the next day, and then we're gonna move in like a week, which is really exciting. We don't have anything packed, but it is only like 3 blocks away, so it should not be difficult, and it's just through a neighborhood, so we can literally just like walk all of our stuff through the neighborhood if we need to. So yeah, really, really exciting. The apartment is much nicer than the one that we have here, and it's actually cheaper than the one that we're paying for right now, which is just a huge deal. I'm really, really excited about that. We got the email last night, and it was just the best news. It was just the best. So yeah, really, really excited about that. Maybe I'll film a little moving vlog if I can manage it. It's definitely gonna be hectic with everything because we're gonna be moving and we're gonna be finishing up the quarter. I'm gonna be finishing up my entire grad school program, and we are gonna be planning for a trip home to my parents in Santa Fe and home to Terry's parents in Michigan. So yeah, it's gonna be a hectic next month or so, but it's so exciting. It's gonna be so fun. And I get to design my little book corner. I think we might have space for me to have like a cute little book nook We might even have space for like a desk where we can actually work instead of working at like a kitchen table. Some good stuff. Anyway, I wanted to give you all that update. When it comes to reading, like I said, I did not get much done because we were going back and forth between all of the different steps in the process for the application yesterday. But yeah, today I'm gonna do some grad work. It is currently 8 in the morning, so it's still early. You'll have to pardon my puffy, sleepy face, but yeah. Gonna be a good day. I'm really happy. I will catch up with you all later when I'm doing a little bit more reading. So yeah. Good morning, my lovelies. It is Saturday morning and my boyfriend and I just got back from signing our lease, which is super exciting. It is official. Payment has been made. Our lease is signed and we are moving in next week to our new apartment. So I can't believe that I happened to be filming a reading vlog this week and this all just happened like within a week. So really excited about that. But I wanted to come at you and say good morning. I did not do any reading, full disclosure, yesterday at all. Today, this morning, I am going to start a new book actually. So this is a poetry book. It is called Great Goddesses by Nikita Gill. And basically, I was inspired to get another poetry book to read at the same time as a fiction book because of reading Aphrodite Made Me Do It. This one seems to be really good. It says, wonder at Medusa's potent venom, Circe's fierce sorcery, and Athena rising up over Olympus as Nikita Gill majestically explores the untold stories of the life bringers, warriors, creators, survivors, and destroyers that shook the world. The great Greek goddesses. Vividly reimagined and beautifully illustrated, Great Goddesses portrays an ancient world transformed by modern feminist magic, which is totally my thing. So yeah, I wanted something that I can read little blips of whenever I have a chance, and this is what I picked up. So I'm gonna do a little bit of reading of that this morning, and then I will reconnect with you all later. I might merge into reading more of Priory of the Orange Tree, but to be completely honest, I don't see any like end date for that. I think I'm just gonna read it when I feel like it. It's just gonna take me a while to get through, especially since everything's been really busy recently. So, and it's only gonna get busier because now we're gonna be moving. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Let's do a little bit of reading of this guy before we close out the vlog. Lovelies, it is Sunday morning and this is going to be the end of this reading vlog. Yesterday I did a little bit of reading of the Great Goddesses poetry book and I loved it. It was great. It's really interesting because it's actually a little bit more storytelling than Aphrodite Made Me Do It. Aphrodite Made Me Do It is very feminist and emotional, and these stories, these poems are definitely emotional and emotive, but a lot of them are more focused on like actual histories and myths and things, so it's a little bit like educational too, which is really cool. But yeah, so I've done that. I did that yesterday, and like I said, we signed our lease yesterday, which was excellent, and today I'm going to just dive into everything school related. Like I've mentioned and hinted at, this last week or two of school is just going to be pretty wild, especially this upcoming week. So it's not going to be crazy interesting vlog content, so I'm just gonna power through that today and leave you all here. Priory of the Orange Tree is still going strong, but slowly, and that's just the way it is right now. I just don't have a lot of time to sit down and read big portions of books right now. So, you know, just a little reminder that you can still consider yourself a reader, still enjoy reading, and have busy times in your life where you get minimal reading done. And that's when things like audiobooks and poetry books and essays and things like that are really nice, because you get shorter blips, or you get reading that can be done at the same time as doing other things. So anyway, yes, thank you so much for joining me on this little journey, you guys. It sort of ended up turning into an apartment hunting vlog that I was not expecting, but I'm actually really glad that I got to document it, because now I'll be able to always remember what it felt like to get our apartment, which I'm really excited about. We get our keys on Friday. Thanks so much for joining me on this little trip here, guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!